Welcome back to the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. I'm Nick,
I'm Justin,
and we're the Davidson brothers. This is a special episode because we finally have somewhat of a real setup.
And that's why that sounded so good.
Yeah, we're finally in the same room. We got a little bit of the equipment, thanks to Mama Dukes. Definitely shout out both the banner and the equipment, to be honest with you, thanks to her. And
All
of
done.
course, we have to shout out our producer Frankie because all of this is working off of a laptop that, of course, he provided for us.
Absolutely.
So, without further ado, because we've been away for a while, some reasons of our own, some reasons for Frankie as well. So, we're gonna bring him on the stage and see how he's been.
The boys are back.
Okay, nice attire, son.
Listen,
I like it.
I've had a long day. I decided. I had my colonoscopy. As you know, I had my colonoscopy today, and they're like, "Oh, you can leave that if you want to." I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna get comfy and cozy in it." I ate a lot of food, and I decided, I'm gonna do the show in it tonight. And we're feeling good, boys. We're starting to go to a bit more towards business, and we'll have some more additional information. But just to put it out there, things look good. Things look good. So we'll throw a little tears in there. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
everybody.
Well,
Thank
I'm really hoping you have underwear on for the sake of that computer chair. For the sake of that computer chair, I really hope you have underwear on.
Last time we did a show together, I shit myself. Those because of a joke that you made right when we were about to go live. Like, you made me laugh because I think you hit one of these, and it startled me, and I was like, "Oh!" And then I was like, "Boys!" And then all of a sudden the intro hits. I'm like, "Oh no!"
You have the rosebud in there for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Yeah, we've been away for a couple of weeks. For us as well, we've been off the ice for a while. There was a random snowstorm that hit New Jersey, and it pushed our first wild card playoff game back.
Yes.
So we had to kind of scramble for a date, and it kind of pushed us into a position which we had to play two playoff games like really close to each other. But we'll get into that. That's later on in the show, Cornstar Corner. But we'll give it right back to producer Frankie for his notes today.
Let's go. I know you were anxious to get into those games, but we got to take care of our housekeeping items first. A couple of things we have coming up. We have obviously the showcase, but I want to do a mention of this one coming up. Our good friends, Lead Hockey, teaming up with the UHL. We're putting a team in for sure. It's an Ironman 4-on-4. 8 minutes round 8 minutes, no subs. You're on there. So support our friends. We're looking for some CD level, AB level, 8 teams per. It's gonna fill up quick. It's great price, comes with the jersey. They do great jerseys. So I want to plug that little event right there. And of course, gotta thank our sponsors. One of our newest ones, Spartan Goaltending, Pedro Handyman, JD Pool and Spa. They'll fulfill all of your wet dreams, by the way. Kim Bancroft, our good friend, and of course, we can't forget our good friend, Pro Edge Hockey Analytics as well. So big cheer for our sponsor. And of course, we have for the showcase, we're teaming up with SC4SK nonprofit. They help kids with special needs. They throw events for them. So our raffle baskets that we're going to have on site, and I mentioned $10 off, or I believe it's $5 off every player will go to the charity as well. So with everybody registering, we take that $5 off each player and we donate it as well. So they're going to be on site as well. We're going to be dropping the first puck. Make sure you give them a follow. Very happy to be teaming up with them. We're looking for one more team.
Awesome.
One more team. All right.
One more.
We're talking photos. We're talking Pro Edge Hockey Analytics, 3 games guaranteed. Media weekend, an incredible time. We're looking for one more team. We have one more spot. And people have already reached out about it, but we're finalizing some things. But you got a chance. Get in here and let's fill that spot. And of course, we have sponsorship opportunities still available. Thank you to all the sponsors, by the way. I mean, got to have over Coach. Coach came by the house, brother. Coach came by the house.
I know.
Gave us a nice.
Very happy.
Oh yeah, Coach. I miss Coach. Unfortunately, Erica was here. I was in office. Damn, this thing is so cozy, dude. I'm so cozy in this thing.
So comfortable. I'm sure. Mrs. Robinson's probably going to be tuning in if she's not already watching.
Yeah,
She probably is watching, and
she checked in.
appreciate
Absolutely.
her.
Got to give a shout out, Joe Hal.
Yep.
First time watching the Two Brothers One Puck podcast, I believe. Joe Hal's a good friend from one of the guys I do Flyers work with, Pat Bernard. He's a big fan of Joe Hal. Oh, good sports guy. Always good to see him. Oh, we got some more family checking in. Uncle Stevie checking in on the Two Brothers One Puck podcast, probably for the first time as well. Good to see you, Uncle Stevie. Love you, brother. Thanks for checking in. The boys are buzzing, boys. All right, we're buzzing.
Yeah,
but we got that coming up. We need one more team. What else are we looking for? Triple Pucks podcast will be back not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. But we are going to make an announcement Wednesday of the first game. We're probably going to announce the first game, and then we're going to announce the Friday schedule, and then later down the line, we're going to announce the full schedule. But be on the lookout for that because it's going to be a good one. I mean, the kickoff, the showcase, I think is a cool thing to do. I mean, all eyes are on you. All the teams are there to watch you guys play, or whoever, not you guys personally, but the team that we're going to have in that spot. It's exciting. So I'm excited to make that announcement. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, I mean, everybody's pumped up. Got to give a shout out to you. And you specifically, Nick, just for the back end stuff for helping me. Really appreciate both of you guys' help on that one. Got some more comments checking in. Love you. I love you too, brother. Uncle Stevie checking in.
Always happy to love on this podcast.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you. If you, I'll be coming. I'm feeling better now, so I'm gonna be starting to get back a little more active. So if you're not paid up, we're sending the pythons. Everybody's had enough time now. One more thing I want to add. And of course, Producers Notes is sponsored by Pro Edge Hockey Analytics. Okay, our good friends. Brian, working hard. I'd like to say saving the world and saving the hockey community. One analytic at a time. So thank you.
I was going to say it's such a cool little thing that he does for like whether you're like beer leaguers like us, or you have kids in the program who just like maybe like you don't know the game that well and you want to get an opinion from somebody of like, hey, like where is my kid at? So I know how I can help them or if I can get them on the right teams.
Where's their weak points? Where can I help them develop? Where are they already overachieving in? That type of thing.
Definitely shout out. And I know I'm looking forward to seeing what they got to say about us for our showcase.
I really am. I've always wanted to have overall.
I think I know who's going to be there for you guys too. And she was a scout. She was part of the scout team with the Boston Bruins, and she's a good friend of mine who I'm eventually going to have on the show. I just spoke to her.
Hand 99.
Here he goes. Dude, she's only like it's crazy, literally. Erica checks in. I can't believe you're wearing that surgical gown. Listen, honey, it's cozy, babe. It's here, hold on.
It's really, really cozy.
Anyway,
I'm sure
Uncle Don checked in. What's up, fella? Hey, brother, how we doing? Damn, we got a lot of fam up in here tonight, guys.
It shows all about family.
Yeah, I appreciate the support. New eyes on the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. But I want you guys to get in the swing of things. One more thing I just want to mention, and we are going to touch more on this when we get more into the Cornstar Corner. But I'm just going to touch on this real fast. Cornstars need a goalie. Thursday, there might be a little conflict where they might not have their goalie. We'll talk more about this. But if you're a goalie, bronze level, rusty plus level, they got the okay that as long as they're not a superstar, let us know. Reach out to the boys.
Reach out.
They need to go for Thursday, and it's a playoff game, and it's a potential clincher to go to the final, which we're going to get into later on. But reach out to us, comment in. If you're a goalie watching, I'll get you in touch with the boys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be back. Feeling good.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about me, but I know some of the comments are coming in. But feeling good. Happy that we're back. Glad that you guys are back. I'm cozy as can be, so I'm gonna let you guys run with it. I'll have some comments on screen. Do you guys want to get right into some playoff hockey?
I mean,
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, let's roll right into the hockey.
Yeah, let's ease back into it.
I mean,
And then we actually might not be able to need to take a break.
Yeah.
So where were we? So you guys just had a couple games played. We'll kick off with the Beavers game.
Oh, wait. Hold on, Frankie. Before we go forward, didn't we want to touch on the Olympic wins real quick?
Oh yeah. We
Just
we
at least
definitely want
touch on that.
touch on it a little bit because you know what, we've been gone for a little bit, and the last time you guys seen us, we were talking a lot of shit. We were hyped up about USA. I said USA was going to run the table. People said I was crazy.
And here we
Now,
are.
granted, it wasn't like the cleanest wins per se. There's a lot of controversy. There's some Canadians who feel like, this win doesn't count.
It's not that it doesn't count.
3-on-3 for gold is wild. Clearly Canada was the better team. But like when it comes down to it, and like this is the main part. Like obviously, I would love his brothers to touch on both the Kachucks, the Hugheses, big moments for those guys. But before we get into the brotherly shit, I mean the goaltending for Team USA
that is
literally sealed it, both women's and men's. Because as great, I mean Connor Hellebuyck. Yeah, like I was gonna say, as great as Connor Hellebuyck was, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. He's the reason we won gold.
Oh, absolutely.
He was
the golden save.
I mean, not just his save. You think about three like generational, like great goal scorers: Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, all had like almost like
decent
a guarantee,
chances.
High percentage, 40% plus like goal percentage shots.
Yes,
and he stood there in front of all three of them.
Yes.
Now, granted, one Nathan MacKinnon blew, but like let's
that is a 1 in a million. Everybody's touched that. That's a 1 in a million.
Johnny G, boys.
She really had 90. Yeah, she literally had a 98% save percentage.
She had, what is it, 90?
Well, 97.98. But you know what? Damn it, I don't like that.
2 goals the whole.
Yeah, the whole series she gave up 2 goals,
which is ridiculous to be talking about in 2026.
I mean, and to not only blow out Team Canada, that's the first time, men or women's, Canada has not only lost by that big of a margin. That's the first time they've ever been shut out in Olympics history.
Period. And I will say the goal by Keller was one of the silkiest, smoothest dangles for a defenseman that I've seen pulled off for gold at one.
Heavy dangles here. Okay, even I appreciate it. To win the gold medal by Keller. It was incredible. And I just pulled a move a week prior to that, or 2 weeks prior. I thought Ice was silky mitts, but no way. I didn't clinch no gold medal. That's for sure. So congratulations to both teams.
And obviously, it was awesome to see Knight not only score the OT winner, but that put her in sole lead of the all-time goals for women.
And what an incredible player.
Absolutely.
So to be honest with you, but before we move on, let's give a good little men and women. I mean, bringing gold in hockey, that's something we haven't touched in a while, especially for the men. We haven't, to not only do it like the anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
Correct.
Yeah, that's crazy
to bring gold home.
Like double Jackie,
46 years later.
To the day.
Because I mean, you change the opponent, but like it was the same odds. It felt like don't get me wrong, Americans had way more of like a more competitive team now than they did in the 80s, but like they still were facing arguably the best team ever formed. Period. Like
so, the only thing I'll say about that
none of the guys from the USA team played in the NHL. The rest of them were like all professional hockey players. They were only like D1 players. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, Boston College, BU. All those schools, their average age was only 23 back in 1980. That's a whole lot.
And so what I will say is, Canada did put a heck of an effort in. You can't say they didn't. They put a heck of an effort in.
They were the better team, no doubt.
But the route that they want to say is, hey, 3-on-3, it shouldn't have been that way. I mean, that you have to think looks in Canada's advantage because when that happened,
hockey,
if I'm not mistaken, they had the top 3 players, arguably in any order, the top 3 players in the league between McKinnon, Makar, and McDavid.
The M's.
Like it's just absolutely ridiculous. That is stacked there, and for you to use that as the complaint, it's kind of like, what do you mean? You had the 3 best players in the world, including the best defenseman in the world, and you still couldn't win.
I'm so glad that I have used to in person because I could feel the tension a little bit more now. Now that I got used in person, and by the way, shout out to the boys. First time in studio together. They got their gear set up, the banner set up. Shout out to Mom, by the way, for those little gifts. Even her encouragement was passed on to me as well when I ordered almost the same setup. You guys look good. You guys sound good. And you guys are one win away from going to the final. Just want to say that, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're ready. We're ready because I mean, well, like we'll touch on the brothers because I mean, as brothers, like I remember. It's funny today. Today I had to go to the DMV, and I mean, like New Jersey DMVs. If you guys aren't local, holy shit, they're terrible. But I got in Runnymede. I was out of there within an hour and a half, and that's like amazing. But I passed Schubert on the way there, and that's where we grew up. And I remember summer mornings. It would be like 7 a.m. and we're out there on our little concrete pad. Passing the ball around, shooting on the net, and like seeing those videos of the Hughes brothers, like in their living room playing hockey, like yay big. And then to get to watch them hug each other after Jack scores the gold medal game-winning goal, like I couldn't imagine like the emotions that they must have had in that experience as brothers. And then obviously you got the Kachuk brothers who are right there with them, getting to experience the same thing. Not only both make it, like just as an individual to make the team is an honor, but then you get to make it with your brother and then win gold with your brother.
Correct.
I mean, there's no I mean, granted, as Matthew has won the cup.
Yes.
I imagine even the cup doesn't touch that feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be a top tier feeling. As I want to say, they brought the Kachuk brothers brought the grit to the team, and the Hughes brothers brought the grind. And then that's how I feel. You had the Kachuk brothers who were the grit. They
brought it to you.
Yeah, they brought it. They brought the pressure. They were ready to play. They had the pride on their chest. Yeah, and then you had the Hughes brothers who. Well, and then like I said, you had the Hughes brothers who I think they grinded the hardest. They worked the hardest on Team USA between Quinn and Jack Hughes. So with the mix of the grit and the grind, that's really what gave
USA
everybody.
hockey.
And exactly, and that's what gave everybody the hard time at playing at us. It wasn't pretty, and at times it looked rough.
Doesn't even need the bay. You know that.
Well, to quote Shorzy, because the new season came out for you hockey fans. Just you got to be the hardest. You got to be the hardest worker out there. That's probably the best piece of advice. I mean, it's a comedy show, but it's the best piece of any hockey player.
Yeah,
be the hardest worker. And like the 1980s Olympic team, that was their MO.
That's
like we are going to be the hardest workers out there. We're going to skate our asses off. We're going to outskate the Russians because that was the Russians' game.
Yep.
And they didn't think anyone was capable of outskating them until, they got ran into the freaking
bunch of college kids.
They got ran into the ice. But
unlimited energy.
No, but so if anything, to really try to transition this back into playoff beer league Rusty Division hockey, which is like not even close.
Not even close to
It's such a hard transition. I just want to say, like, it definitely, if anything, got us jazzed up because we had been off the ice for a couple of weeks. And we go ahead and we watch the Team USA win twice. And now we're like, all right, now like it's time to lock in. We got a playoff game.
And before you finish that iconic picture that we now have to look at over the next, I don't know, what is it, 100 years that we're probably going to be looking at Jack Hughes with missing teeth and
with
a flag draped over his shoulder.
Can I just say this? I don't think anyone else has made this comparison yet. I was a big Comedy Central fan growing up. He looks like the Mad TV cover icon now. That big cheesy smile with the chipped tooth. I'll have to pull that up and put it up there and see. Go ahead, Frankie. I know you're about to say something.
No, I mean, great take on the Mad TV guy, by the way. Very, very accurate, by the way. But I want to say something about the Hughes brothers and the Kachuk because I was listening and a shout out. I don't think he needs a shout out from us, but I watched Pat McAfee during the morning. Yeah. Shout out to Pat McAfee. If you've never heard of the show, go check it out, boys. Yeah, they're low grade, but So they had Jack Hughes on. And so there's a program that you go through, the USA Development Kit program, that the Hughes brothers were a part of, the Chucks were a part of. So like they've known each other for like more than half their life. So you're talking like families, and they showed like Keith Chuck and the Hughes father, Jim Hughes. Like, dude, they were hugging each other. I think they kissed each other because for those families as well, like they've all been through it together. When the Hughes brothers and when the Chucks were in the USA development camp, which is like what the program you go through to train for the Olympics. They were like he said. I think Hughes said 19 out of 25 players came from that camp. So a lot of them have known each other for so long, but they're really close to Chucks. So hearing that was super cool to hear. He said like the USA like locker room. He said like I don't know how it was over in the Canada one, but like the USA brotherhood and he quotes it a lot was just so strong, and that's why I've always been so big on a locker room. Like when you have a good locker room, boys, and you guys know this, like it's just it's something like different. I'm gonna take this off. Ooh. Where's where the IV was?
To be honest, I think I was actually another low grade production spitting chicklets. I was watching them. Shout out to them. Biz actually had a take on that to piggyback on what you were saying. He said that Team Canada does not have a developmental camp like Team USA, so they're not snatching kids up at like the 12U age and putting them together. They're not doing that like Team USA. And then like to have Team USA win the gold, think about the spike in like recruits now they're gonna have because of how many kids just got inspired.
Well, really what I think it is Canada's really sat down and started to rely on on pure talent, which obviously Canadians have the pure talent. But in the age-old saying, talent beats hard work except for when talent doesn't work hard. And that's how the US
you can't win on talent alone. And that's what it is. I do want to touch on one thing. Papa Pascal, check it in again. We also got to touch on the Gaudreau, on Johnny Gaudreau and the chance for Johnny Hockey. And dude, I don't think there was a dry eye. Anybody that was watching that, I could show you because it's right here. I mean, how important Johnny was to us and me personally. This was a stick that Johnny signed for Erica. At Check It for Charity, a couple years ago. That's going in a box. John, and they took a picture together. Seeing them around the rink, like, and like I won't spend too much time on it, but like, it was so cool. That they flew the family out there, that they brought Johnny's kids on the ice, dude, and Johnny's daughter. It was just such a special moment, and we know he would have been on that team. He would have been an incredible part of that team. So, just getting some of the comments in here. Appreciate you, Papa Pascal, for checking in. And of course, Mrs. Robinson.
Oh yeah,
the drone nod was also amazing. Absolutely. Just want to touch on that real fast before we.
But before we transition all the way out, because for me too is like, I know that the father had made comments, Guy, about and initially he kind of wanted to decline. But he knew how much it meant to Johnny and like how much it meant like them boys meant to Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
So he showed up and like for them to turn and like show Guy shortly after they won and like them holding up Gaudreau's jersey and to see him collapse, that killed me. Like as a father, that killed me. And then like obviously like what a class act from them kids, like well, I say kids, I mean Larkin was one of them. He's one of the older guys, but like like they'll knock your teeth out on the ice, but to go and grab them children and hold them, with more grace than they held their gold medals. Like they grabbed them children and held them real tight. Like that just shows how much love they had.
Got to be that USA brotherhood.
Yeah, it's so inspiring. And if like for kids who love hockey or feel like they want to be a part of something, how does that not inspire you? To want to be a part of whatever that was.
That's the type of community that we try and drive home in hockey.
Yeah, 100%.
You can come to me and we can talk and we can go and play some hockey and then we can talk some more and then friendship.
Which to be honest with you, I feel like that's a big part of our transition to in beer league, like us in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
When we joined, we talked about it before when we joined the team end of winter season last year. You know,
You guys want
the
to
corn
take a
stars
break?
were in an identity.
Just a real quick, just
Yeah, you know, yeah,
producer.
we could.
Yeah, we're about halfway in. Yeah, we went through. Yeah, because we're if we're gonna go to the next segment once we get our sponsor break in there. And this
Yeah.
break is brought to us by Kim Bancroft Real Estate. I mean, big shout out to her on one of our wonderful sponsors. You see her there on the bottom. Great real estate agent. Actually was my real estate agent when we bought this house and sold Erica's house. So, top of the line. Top of the line. Highly recommend her. Not only with Chirp and Pucks Media, we don't just bring every sponsor on. We want to make sure they're the right people as well, and the people that we have on this lineup, of course, and of course, the Pro Edge Hockey Analytics. JD Pool and Spas at the
Oh,
Union
here we
game
go.
on the scoreboard. Little shout out
That
for
was
our
all.
boy Del Grosso with his logo up there.
Shout out, buddy. Good on you. Good on you, kid.
Hey, make it big.
Making it
Go
big.
big or
But
go
yeah, that's incredible. And of
Go
course,
big.
we're good friends. Pro Hodge Hockey. We're gonna take a minute break. We're gonna step out, and we'll be back in a jiff.
Yeah, I don't even think we lagged. So.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that was just a short little break. We'll get the boys back in here for a minute. Make sure you follow the boys on their social media. Two Brothers One Puck on Facebook. Check them out on Spotify as well. They are all episodes of the day. They're powered by Chirp Bucks Media. Check us out. Chirp Bucks podcast will be back next Wednesday. We're gonna take the rest of the week and focus on easing back into the swing of things. And yeah, let's get into the Cornstark Corner, which is brought to you by. We'll let our good friend Nick take that one.
All right. No, I'll do it.
Justin
I'll do it.
It's his corner.
I love JD Pool and Spas. I'm not going to sit here and deny this, but I will read it on their behalf. Cornstar Corner brought to you by JD Pool and Spas. Looking to get that pool or hot tub ready for summer? Call our good friend JD to handle all your wet dreams and make them a reality.
Ooh.
Brought to you by JD Pool and Spas, guys. Cornstar Corner, here it is. I hope I made
And you heard it here.
I hope he makes it big. I hope everything does, goes wonderful for him. But on to the Cornstar Corner. We have quite a bit to catch up on.
There's a lot to chew on there.
So we'll get started first.
Yeah, where do we start? I thought that I put a Beavers tab in here, but I guess somebody deleted it. I'll put it in there.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was actually a wonderful game for the Beavers. So the game, I think we went 3 stars. We were going to start with Stavely. So Nick Stavely has.
I want to touch on Stavely.
One of the best players on our team. For sure. Well, yeah, absolutely. He had one of the best games I've seen him had in a while. His motor was at 100%. He wasn't giving up on plays. He was picking his head up, making the correct pass. I actually had to sit him down and I said, dude, you didn't realize it, but you had a clean and open lane. I said, shoot, bro, shoot the puck, man. So he had a wonderful game. So we're definitely going to shout out Nick Stavely, 3rd star of the game for the Beavers. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah, go ahead, Frankie.
Just like what you said, I mean, I was watching this game, and we got a lot of good comments in here, shouting out the boys. Great OT goal, which we'll get into. Les, good seeing you, brother. Good luck in the playoffs, Papa Bascal, and then Parducci jumping in. Good luck the rest of the way, boys, pulling for you guys. Love hearing that. But Stavely's game. Stavely had a shift where puck got taken and that second and third effort. There's been sometimes maybe doing a regular season game, you kind of sit down on that play, but he gets the puck back, lifts the stick, and sends the puck up the ice. And I was like, incredible shift. I know, Nick, you were watching that right next to me when I was right near the bench, but yeah, great job to Stavely. So we're gonna gotta give it up for our guy. Just an applause.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely.
A standing O.
Hell of a job by Steve. Yeah, no, it was definitely one of the best games he's had. He had a
big moment too, because that we didn't touch on is that the first game, that's a winner go home.
Yeah.
So to have your best game in a game where
we call that, I think we call that clutch factor. My man's got some clutch factor, man. So and I'll tell you, I think we followed up with a pretty semi-decent game the next game too. So we'll get into that one. So shout out to Stavely. He goes to 3rd star. 2nd star, we're giving it to Leeds.
Oh yeah, dude.
Absolutely stood on his head.
Lovely.
In all honesty, the couple goals that went in were more deflections than anything. Even the one that had, it literally deflected off the guy's leg. He didn't even swing at it. So, a lot of the goals that went in his fault in any way.
To be honest with you, he the whole first period and the half of maybe the first half of the second period, he didn't let up a goal. And the first one was, look, it was on me, boys. I mean, I was skating up with the puck. It was a super powdery ice. I mean, because we were playing Hollydale North, and that's just
right after an open public skate, mind you.
But I got a little bit of a yip, and then next thing you know, we scrambling for the puck. It comes loose. It slings out to the side, and it was a good shot. I mean, and that's the thing. The Beavers have good shooters.
Absolutely.
And they have big guys. A lot of their forwards are sizable.
Absolutely.
So they'll get in front of the net, and a lot of their goals were a little ring-a-ting off the stick, dinging in, shout out to Lewis. Lewis had a nice shot. I'm pretty sure he went bar down.
Yes, he did.
So I mean, to beat Leedsy in that game, it had to be
a great shot.
A
perfect shot.
So shout out for him, 2nd star.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Leedsy had some phenomenal saves. A game and a half basically with no goals on him.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, his vision.
Yeah, we heard you, Frankie. Go.
And thank you, boys, for letting me touch on this. Once again, watching the game, actually, really behind the goalies, both goalies. Leedsy just was seeing the puck come to him. There was not much traffic in front, so each shot that he saw, there was not much of a rebound, and he was just on top. His vision was incredible that game. Not to mention, I gotta give him a little shout out to Leedsy. He was sitting there talking to the net. He would turn around and pet it and stuff like that and talk to it, dude. It was absolutely incredible. And then I'll tell you, those goalies.
He's a shaman.
It's incredible. I gotta do it. By the way, I like the screen right now. I like how you guys are finally bigger and I'm in that small one.
Yeah.
I like that. I just figured that out. But go ahead, boys. Beavers game. Good stuff all the way around.
Absolutely. To finish up the 1st star, we're giving it to Chucky Romano.
Chucky.
Sharman. We love you, Sharman. Hat trick on the game. Did a wonderful job. He backchecked well.
He hit the net.
He wasn't 1 for 5.
Well, and that was part of the game was that the Beavers brought a lot of people, and at first a lot of us were kind of oh man, we didn't expect them to have so many people.
16
but
people, dude.
But in hindsight, watching the game and whatnot, a little soft on the defensive end. There was a couple of times where they left their goalie high and dry. And it took them a while to get going, and I think a big part of that was just the constant rotation of players. I know how we are. We're a little bit of momentum. We feel the game. We got to get in. We got to work our way into the game. If I'm taking 30-second shifts, it's going to take me 2 periods to get into the game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, at least on the defensive side, I need a minute and 10 to really feel each shift. So and I think that kind of hurt them in the long run. So.
Correct.
But look, I mean, I give shout outs to them because they played hard. We had a 5-goal lead, and they brought it all the way down to a 2-goal lead at one point.
Yep.
So at no point did they give up. So
absolutely, look, they played playoff hockey, and it was a wonderful game to play. it wasn't your regular season game. It was
No.
a playoff hockey game, and it felt like a playoff hockey game. So shout out to them for that. Absolutely,
Most definitely.
It
But
was
it
a
felt
great
good to
game.
get the dub. It definitely felt
Yeah.
in the fashion that we did it too, because in a winner go home game, even if we're the higher seed, we felt
Mhm.
good about our squad. It still was like like there's a
You
chance
never
like
know.
we walk into this and we get
Let me-
bounced out.
Let's be honest. We lost to the House of Pain.
Yeah, after losing to the
To-
bottom team,
You got to be expecting anybody to take you out at that point.
couple ringers, mind you, but
At the end of the day, you lost to the bottom team. You expect anybody to be taking you out. So, yep, that'll wrap it up for the Beavers game at least. So we got third star Nick Stavely, second star Brian Leeds, and the first star
Chuck.
Charmin Chuck Romano. Well, good job there,
Hey,
boys.
Chucko, yo, Chucker. I'm gonna start calling him Charles.
What was that? Friday night? Was
That was a Friday night
so
game.
Friday night, and
Because
then
Leeds is
Right
not
into
available
Sunday,
on
boys. The
Thursday.
real
so-
fun starts. Wild card weekend.
well, so unfortunately with the snowstorm, our our wild card game, which was meant to be a Sunday,
Was
got
Friday
moved to Friday, and then our first game after winning
against the Moose.
against the Moose, which is the last game, most recent game we just played
Was
on Sunday.
the day after. Not, well, 2 days.
2 days after
Sunday.
we had to face the Moose, and mind you, the Moose was the number 2 seed, so they got a nice long bye,
Yep.
and like that's something to think about too, like with the way that game played out, maybe like them
Haley!
being. There he is, check it in, buddy.
Hey.
Stavely, you earned that 3-star, buddy.
Absolutely.
we
And
give
yeah,
it
and
all
I'll tell you
up.
right now, the Moose are definitely not a pushover. They're a very good team.
I
They are
played
very
for them for 3
responsible.
seasons. I was
and
telling Nick, Justin, I played for them for 3 seasons, not to cut you off. They still have a good club.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like it was a good battle between you guys.
No,
Well, I'll let you take it from there. But yeah, they're a good club.
So absolutely, and I know Nick wants to go ahead, Shorzy.
No, I was just gonna say, it was
No.
Well, before we'll get there. I'll give the Moose their flowers before I get into
Absolutely.
ripping into you. No, like they're a defensive. They're a defensive team. Like they played defensively responsible.
Yes.
They got in the way. They got to the pucks. They were tough on the board battles. So
Yeah.
we see what we got to work against, and
They got hustle for sure. They hustle for sure.
we got down early 2-0.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to see that in game one. You don't want to go down 2-0. We were able to battle back. In lieu of in this moment let's make some room for some accountability in the room, boys. We need some accountability in the room.
Little accountability, boys. A lot of accountability in the room today.
I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, and it's not even to tear into him. He's my brother. It's like if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be
Have at it.
me. I've not only played with, against, whatever you want to call it, since we've been kids,
Mhm.
and it's always been his temper that's gotten in his way. It's like it's not even hurting him; it hurts the team too. And granted, even if he felt justified, like we watched the play. I'll give you some grace in the sense of like what triggered the event. Justin blew past the guy. He ended up falling down to his knee. From his knee, he kind of like NHL 25, like diving stick swing, and just got him across the. Got him. Frankie, shut the hell up with them stupid ass noises. All I hear is the devil trying to talk over my shoulder. This is a holy podcast. You better get that shit out of here. We don't do that weird shit here.
I think we're about to, so stick around, buddy.
Yeah. So Justin caught a nice little whack across the laces, and that doesn't feel good, no doubt. And I mean he turned around and he made it known, and he started barking, and I know my dad isn't probably not cued in, but he'll tell you our whole lives.
My
He always
dad
told you.
dad would have reamed me out.
The moment you open your mouth and ask for or talk to or rap, expect a penalty. Go ahead, Frankie. I know you want to do it.
This is your father speaking, and I can't believe the way you acted last night, little Justin. You son of a bitch.
Frankie.
Well, and like the whole team got on him. I'm his brother, so of course I'm gonna say something. But like the whole team had to get on him because the stick slamming, the yelling, you're not
Frustrating.
at that point you're pretty much removing any opportunity of you ever getting a call for the rest of the game. And like I
He's the
know,
best player on
like
the
look,
ice.
I'm one of the players. Yeah, you're the best player on the ice, and you don't
That's
serve
what we
us
said. He's
any
he's
good
better on
sitting
the
in the
ice than
box.
he is off the ice.
Maybe it's because I don't think I am the best player on the ice, but maybe whatever it may be, it's your
You are.
personal opinion, and I agree. Continue.
Well, the biggest thing too is like I made a comment to you, and I don't know how you took it or if it stuck, but
I not even heard it, to be honest.
there's two ways to approach a play like that.
Oh yes,
You're a Penguins fan. I'm a Red Wings fan. Take it how you want. You can approach that play like Crosby, or you can approach that play like Datsuk.
I understand.
Datsuk would have taken that slash across the top of his skates. He would have kept skating. He would have shot the puck on net, maybe even have scored, and then he would have went to the bench and he would have grasped his skate for about 5 minutes in pain. Crosby would have. Now, granted, we're talking about
You're talking early Crosby.
we're talking about year 2 Crosby.
Okay, thank
where he
you.
would have popped up off the ice, skated over the ref, and been right in his ear. Blah blah blah. But he's in the show. Like we're playing Rusty Beer League.
Agreed.
These refs don't want to be here. They don't give two shits about our skates, our feet were in
Fair.
pain. They don't give a shit. Like
Fair.
not to blow it up, but like like they're- oh yeah, you're good,
How
buddy.
about it, Frankie?
I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but like the ref made a comment to me that like kind of made it clear to me that like this has got less to do with just us as players, and maybe like there's going to be a ref who just doesn't like you, or maybe because of past experiences they feel some type of way about your game, and you just got to assume that when you're that person, you're not going to get it.
No, I've completely come to grips with this, and like I say, I will take the accountability for it. I definitely hurt my team a ton. A 2-10.
But hindsight, you had the OT game winner.
Well, I'll touch on it, but at the end of the day, I still want to take the accountability first, because at the end of the day, if I did get tossed, that wouldn't have the overtime goal wouldn't have happened.
Nope.
At the same rate, if let's say I did sit for that 10 minutes and they lit us up for three damn goals, that would have been totally my fault. Luckily, thankfully for Leeds, he had a phenomenal game, and
our D played strong too.
D played strong. The wingers, everybody played strong, and I heard it from the team, and I understand they had to skate extra because I wasn't available, and I completely understand, and I realized the position I put the team in. So I know this next game they're not going to take it any easier on me. I know they're not going to do anything different. They're still going to use the body. They're still going to, take the extra whack or the extra slash or the extra hook if they can. And at this point, I'm just going to do what I know do best and beat on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
On the
that's
scoreboard, brother.
where I hurt most.
Down there.
Yeah, and as my brother just said, that's how I win is I beat you on the scoreboard. So, we got the overtime winning goal. I was able to get it, and it was a scramble net, and it just came to me, and I just, I didn't put much behind it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well,
and I think the goalie just lost sight of it for a second, and it squeezed in between his armpit and his pad, and that was in.
I made a comment on the bench about like playoff hockey's different. Like in the regular season, you might want to look for like the tic-tac-toe, pretty like bar down shot. But like playoff hockey is all about ugly goals.
Yeah.
Like if you're not down in the paint, like chopping away at those pucks, like it's Rusty Beer. Yeah, like these goalies, some of these goalies are giving juicy rebounds, and like our first, well, no, it was our first goal to get us back in the game. It was not a pretty goal. It was bouncing around. It was loose.
Right.
It was bouncing around. Justin got a hold of it, put it
Stuffed
in,
yeah.
put it in, and like now we went from a 2-0 down to a 2-1 game.
Yep.
And that's no matter what. If you play hockey, you feel much better about a 2-1 game than an 0-2 game.
Even though they say a 2-goal lead is the worst lead to have in hockey.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'd rather have a 2-goal lead than a no-goal lead. You know what I'm saying? So
if we got goose eggs on the scoreboard and they got more than one goal, I'm not happy. that's just the
Not to
nature of the
mention
game.
that would have been even more disheartening for the situation that I put us in. I do want to go over the 3 stars. We didn't even talk about this between the group, but I think I feel like the 3 stars of that game. First off, I'm going to give 3rd star. I think I'm going to go with Leeds again.
Yeah, definitely.
Leeds had a phenomenal game.
Great game.
Shout out. He got his skate fixed right before the game.
God,
we were all having a nervous breakdown. There's no stripes. There's no our goalie. We're going, what's going on?
So I still have old school skates where like your skates are fixed in, and that is what it is. And like these new skates, they got the dials and they got the clickers and shit like that. Well, one of his parts came loose on his skate, and he's walking out of the tunnel.
Whole blade
drops, and now he can't get the fucking blade back up into the skate.
So
you got shout out to Santori. Yeah, Leeds. Shout out to Santori. He was reffing our game. He's a goalie, so he's familiar with the equipment. The refs were in there. They jerry rigged it, got it together, and we got through the game. But like mentally, for not just Leeds but for us too, it's like that fucked us up a little bit because like the warm up counter is over. Like the game's supposed to start. We got no refs and no goalie. We're like, what the hell's going on here?
They were confused as well, I believe.
So Leedsy came out on the ice, and like thankfully the refs didn't come out right away. So we put a quick 25 shots on him, and that's all he got. And he even said like it affected him a little bit. Like he just didn't feel like he was in rhythm yet by the time he got to it. So yeah. I mean, at the end of the day though, we got it done, and I want to say like it definitely was another one of those where it felt like a team win. Where you got guys who they're doing the second and third effort like Frankie talked about, back skating, back checking, lifting sticks from behind.
Going there for a minute. So yeah, as I was continuing, so I'm going to give Leeds a 3rd star on this, and I'm going to touch on this with you because I really feel like you're going to agree with me on the 1st star, even though I don't believe he may have had an assist. I don't know if he had any other points, but anyway, the 2nd star of the game I want to give to their goal.
Yeah.
Their goalie stood on his head just as much
Mark
as Leeds
Smyers,
did.
He had a windmill save.
He had.
Smyers is such a good goalie.
He had
so good, dude. He was my goalie for 3 seasons. He had nasty goalie.
Yeah, he had quite a few windmill glove saves. He was good in the paint. He was good up high. He had a good game, and I'm not gonna sit there and deny that. I'm a hockey fan first, and trust me, we noticed he definitely gave us fits. He had a great game. So shout out to him. And then the 1st star, I'm giving it to Pat. I'm giving it to Keith.
Shout out.
Hey, look, man, he had hustle.
Yeah.
He filled in if we're talking about accountability, if it wasn't for Pat, he filled in where I wasn't able to be there. And he filled in well.
Shout out.
He hustled.
And
he had good vision.
And you know why I'll agree with you? Because after what you pulled, you don't deserve the 1st star.
That's absolutely not. I wasn't going anywhere near the 1st star for myself. Absolutely not.
Even though you had the first goal and the
that's a big game winning goal. That's a big game winning goal, brother.
Yeah, it was a big, and like, look, to be honest with you, if you're ever gonna pull something fucking stupid like you did, the only way to answer is with the overtime winner. That's the only way to answer. It pisses me off because it's like don't think you're gonna get off easy on this one just because you scored the fucking overtime winner.
Settle down, boys.
You gotta get closer to the mic, Frankie, when you do this voice.
It's all stuff and shit. Well,
what do you fucking have in your mouth?
Something's up with Frankie today, guys. Maybe we should keep him.
I don't think the anesthesia is worn all the way off yet.
Maybe not. But no, I'm not going anywhere near the 1st star.
Yeah,
I believe
let's
that doesn't happen again.
Let's
Yeah.
I got it. My stomach's hurt.
But yeah, so there you go. There's your 3 stars for the first playoff game. First playoff game, 3 stars being Leeds. The Moose goalie, I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name again, but the Moose goalie did a wonderful job. Smyers. Yep. And then Patrick Keefe with 1st star of the Moose game.
Shout out.
Sometimes it's not about points. Sometimes it's about effort and what you do for the team.
Well, and like that's kind of what we talked about with the first game and the second game was the second and third effort, and it kind of piggybacks into like a little bit of what we were talking about with the Olympics. It's just about being the hardest worker out there. Like, I mean, you could say like I watch the games back. I'm a little bit of a weirdo, like watching the game back, they had a better, cleaner game. Like they were making better passes. They held on to the puck
Their
better.
chemistry
We
showed.
we
Their
were
chemistry
we were
showed
a little
100%.
sloppy with the puck, like the first period and a half, and like the second period, we got that ugly goal, and that woke us all up.
Yep.
But yeah, no, we're definitely looking forward to the next game. So our next game, it's actually going to be Thursday at 8:10. So for once, we finally get a nice little early show.
Yep.
Instead of like the last two playoff games we've had have been late ones. So this one is 8:10. So I mean, if you ain't got nothing going on Thursday night, by all means, come on out. We should be out of there in time for the kids' bedtimes at least. So
yeah, and thankfully, I got work on Friday.
Yeah.
We got work. Yeah, working
That's
fine.
the
I was
beauty
trying to
of
make
it.
out for this one. I think
Playoff
for all
hockey.
guys playing on the same day too.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, but
Shout out.
And by the way, you
Shout
guys are
out.
looking for a goalie as we start to move forward a little bit.
Yes.
Need a
So
Absolutely.
unfortunately, Leedsy is on call, so that's just one of those situations where, as much as he would want to be there, like I know, shout out, buddy. If you're listening, don't worry about it. We'll try and hold it down. Yeah, if you consider yourself a bronze level, rusty plus level goalie, and you ain't got nothing going on Thursday at 8, feel free to reach out to me or Justin.
Please.
Obviously, we don't get to make the final say, but we could pass it on to the team captain, and see what the captain thinks. And by all means, reach out, and we would appreciate, the clutch. If you're looking for a moment to kind of step into a clutch situation, this could advance us into the finals. So because it's a best of 3 series, so us being
out there, dude. Yo, Santor.
I mean, look, Santor is in the group chat, and I mean, we for the past couple of days, I want to say past 4 days, we've been batting around the Thursday night situation because Leedsy made it clear right away that he's on call that day.
Yep.
So Santora, if he ain't got nothing going on, I'm pretty sure I think
boys are having a little bit of audio issue. We're gonna get them back in here 1 second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you hear me now?
I think that's better. My fucking dog was
Technical
sitting on the
issues,
cables
boys.
and jack.
Just some technical issues on your end.
Yeah, we're good now. Can you still audio problems?
You hear us?
Oh, that's definitely working.
I'm gonna bring them in the back one more time. We're gonna try and get them out here as we're wrapping up the show. Make sure you follow them on social media. Two Brothers, One Puck. We're gonna wrap up the show. Get them back in here. It's a little bit of just a little bit of technical issue, but the boys are in person tonight. That's all that matters.
I can hear myself now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you hear us?
Yeah,
Can you hear us now?
you're sounding very robot-y. We're gonna exit out. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you as well.
It's just real choppy. It's all good though. We're follow the boys. They need a goalie for Thursday. I'm gonna try and get him in here one more time. I want him to be able to end the show. Yeah, completely frozen. You guys are frozen, but if you guys want to talk, you guys can end the show.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
It's choppy.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys. Follow us. Give us a shout. Give us a follow.
Technical difficulties.
Need a goalie.
Yeah, hit us up.
Boys need a goalie. We're gonna end the show. Thank you for the great sponsors as well. As always, check out the boys next week. Put these last 2 comments up on the screen. Stay healthy, Frankie. Appreciate you, brother. And then we got the one and only Amanda Davidson. Amanda, shot your message today. Get back to me. Got a day for the party. I just feel like you guys know a goalie, but they know a goalie. We'll know a goalie. But we'll talk to everybody soon. Everybody have a good one.